Hi everyone. Now as you can see here, yes, I have actually got a few of my Ertl Thomas diecast models in front of me, and reason why I'm making this video because a lot of things have currently been leaked when it comes to the new 2026 Thomas reboot that is supposedly meant to be in our hands within like a month's time, and even as of today, for like over the last 6 or 7 months now, Mattel hasn't given us our first proper look of what the new reboot is going to look like, apart from that little test animation with Thomas. Um, but the reason why I've got a lot of these characters out here too, from like Terrence, Sahandel, Bertram, but since I don't have Duke, he's the closest model I can use, and a fan favorite, Boko. Um, Now, over the last few days, like Walmart over in the US has leaked a whole bunch of die upcoming diecast releases to go alongside the release of the upcoming reboots. And some of the items have been out for like the last couple of months now. Um, as far as like the merchandise goes, you know, okay, the motorized engines are pretty much a disaster, but the metal engines are pretty very well, might say, mixed. Like some people love it, some people hate it, and personally, I'm not overly too fond of half the designs of a lot of the characters anyway. But some like the new characters that are yet to receive models, apparently Walmart has leaked online and stuff. So it's also like they pretty much confirmed that characters that haven't been announced to appear in the new show yet are Terrence and Sahandel. Duke, I want to say, is more than likely going to appear at some point too, because I think his art portrait was been teased in like one of the new toys that came out not too long ago. And as of yesterday, apparently Mattel has actually trademarked Boko, um, which that kind of gives the impression that Mattel is somewhat going to bringing back a lot of these classic characters that us older fans like myself come to love and things. But the purpose of this video is mostly express my opinion. If is half of these characters even going to properly appear in the new reboots, or is Mattel just bringing back these characters just for the sake of to please us older fans and other things? The reason why I decided to um, you know, conclude that theory because as much as I hate All Engines Go, um, if you guys don't remember, around late 2024, early 2025, Mattel did release a motorized train of Donalds, which now for what I know, Donald didn't actually appear in All Engines Go, but for some reason Mattel still decided to make a toy out of him. So I mean, personally, I think it was a bit wasted, a waste of plastic. But I don't know if the same can actually be said for some of these new releases that of some of these classic characters that Mattel is going to be bringing back, for new generations. So Terrence and Sahandel, let alone Duke, I actually do see appearing in the new show at some stage, rather being say like a little click and you miss a cameo, or just have them talk for say a brief few seconds and then disappear into the background again. But I'm not entirely sure if all these characters that Mattel's going to be bringing back for the new show will get to have fully fleshed out story arcs, or character growth and development. Now for Boko, I'm not entirely sure what exactly Mattel might do with a big fan favorite for this new show. because there's a lot to we've got a whole bunch of new characters coming back despite having a lot of classics returning. So I'm actually starting to wonder for characters like Boko, for example, if Mattel's actually going to bring him back for the new show, like make him appear in some capacity, or kind of like just like that All Legends Go Donald's. Um, yeah, I'm starting to wonder if Mattel's only making a toy of Boko in the style of what the reboot would look like, just mostly for fan service or just to please us older fans. Like really, it's really unknown, but I just wanted to get your guys' opinions out of it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this little quick update video. And since we did a couple of weeks ago, finally Disney finally giving us our first trailer for Avengers Doomsday, I want to say if we're lucky, we might probably get our first official proper trailer of what the new 2026 Thomas reboot is going to be like, because we're this close for actually meant to be getting in our hands. And it could be the greatest thing to come out since, I don't know, the Brenner era of the original series, or say the first seasons, season 1 to 7, or it could be anything like, say, the Hit era, Miller era, and even the Wobber era too. But yeah, if this show isn't going to be Mattel saving Grace or Thomas, or the live action movie they're still having the works, I don't know what will. And I don't know if bringing back these classic characters is really going to help them in the long term, but we'll just have to wait and see. Oh well, thank you guys so much for watching this little video, and I'll see you guys in a future video. Goodbye.